जय श्री माता जी। सभी सहयोगी भाई बहनों का आज सुबह के ध्यान के कार्यक्रम में आदि शक्ति पीठा निर्मल धाम में स्वागत है। सभी माँ को प्रणाम कर बंधन लेंगे। डियर सहयोगी brothers and sisters, we welcome you for today's morning meditation program from Adi Shakti Peetha Nirmal Dham. We will offer our humble pranams to Shri Mataji and take bandhan.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलकी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलकी साक्षात् श्री स्वामिनी मोक्ष सुखदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक तेरी छवि अति सुंदर सुखदायक तेरी छवि अति सुंदर सुखदायक जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक। चार भुजाधारी मस्तक सिंदूरी रूप निराला तू चार भुजाधारी मस्तक सिंदूरी रूप निराला है मूषक वाहन तेरो जग का रखवाला है मूषक वाहन तेरो तू ही जग का रखवाला तेरे सुंदर मूर्त मन में तेरे सुंदर मूर्त मन में बालक सिद्धि नायक तू बालक सिद्धि नायक जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक। मन मंदिर का अंधियारा तेरे नाम से हो जियारा मन मंदिर का अंधियारा तेरे नाम से हो जियारा तेरे नाम की जोत जगी तो मन मन में बहती सुख धारा, तेरे नाम की ज्योत जली तो मन में बहती सुख धारा, तेरो सुमिरन हर भोजन में, तेरो सुमिरन हर भोजन में। सबसे पहले फलदायक, सबसे पहले फलदायक, जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक, जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक। तेरे नाम को जिसने ध्याया, उस पर रहती सुख छाया, तेरे नाम को जिसने ध्याया, उस पर रहती सुख छाया। मेरे रोम रोम अंतर में एक तेरा रूप समाया, मेरे रोम रोम अंतर में एक तेरा रूप समाया। तेरी महिमा तू ही जाने, तेरी महिमा तू ही जाने। शिव पार्वती के बालक, शिव पार्वती के बालक, जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक, जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक। तेरी छवि अति सुंदर सुखदायक, तेरी छवि अति सुंदर सुखदायक, जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक, जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक, जय गणपति वंदन गणनायक। हे भवानी भगवती माँ, तुझ नमो, तुझ नमो। हे भवानी भगवती माँ, तुझ नमो, तुझ नमो। हे दयानी आदि शक्ति माँ, तुझ नमो, तुझ नमो। हे दयानी आदि शक्ति माँ, तुझ नमो, तुझ नमो। हे भवानी भगवती माँ, तुझ नमो, तुझ नमो। हे जगदानंद कारिणी, हे भय भंजनी, हे दयानि आदिशक्ति मां तुझ नमो हे आदिशक्ति मां ब्रह्म स्वरूप हे अनुपमा हे मां अनुपा हे आदिशक्ति मां ब्रह्म स्वरूप हे अनुपमा हे मां अनुपा तुझ नमो तुझ नमो हे भवानी भगवती मां तुझ नमो हे दयानि आदिशक्ति मां तुझ नमो हे सांद्र करुणा हे मां सुखप्रद हे मंगलकारिणी हे मां वरदा हे सांद्र करुणा हे मां सुखप्रद हे मंगलकारिणी हे मां वरदा तुझ नमो तुझ नमो हे भवानी भगवती मां तुझ नमो हे दयानि आदिशक्ति मां तुझ नमो हे भवानी भगवती मां तुझ नमो हे दयानि आदिशक्ति मां तुझ नमो
आइए अब हम सब अपने चित्त को सहस्त्रार पे रखते हुए माँ की अमृतवाणी ग्रहण करेंगे। Now let us put our attention at our sahasrara and listen to Shrimatiji's talk.
Thirdly, the third center is the center of your seeking. As he has told you, is the center of your seeking. Now the seeking gets satisfied in the sense that you feel you are no more to seek. Now you have to give. You are asking for the light, you have got the light, and you have to give the light. But you do not develop the fanatic attitude that I am the right person and you are the wrong person, and that kind of a violent nature. But you develop a very gentle and a kindly and affectionate nature towards that person. Because you have gone through that kind of an experience, so you know that this person is ignorant. Gradually when he will see the light, he will understand. So you don't force your way onto him at all. On the contrary, you allow that person to slowly take to it and awaken his kundalini and see for himself, so that he should certify himself. You don't force him to say things. You do not organize him. You do not make him a member. You do not take money from him, nothing. You leave him alone. If he wants to come, he can come. If he does not want to come, he need not come. In Sahaja Yoga, we have made it compulsory that all the centers we are running, no young boys should come who are below age without the permission of their parents, even to visit, leave alone living there. So that's how we allow only those people who are grown-up adults to come with their own wishes. They are not to be forced. If they want to go today, we'll say, all right, go just now. There is no compulsion on anyone, because one thing you must know, that you cannot compel as far as your self-realization is concerned. Because it is of no use. It has to come through your freedom, through your asking. Otherwise, we cannot work it out. Unless and until you ask for it, we cannot do it. It is an impossibility. So you must understand that I cannot force you to get realization. It has to work out. If it works out, you are a lucky person. I cannot guarantee it. If it works out, that means it's your own. And if it has not worked out, and if you want to work me out, or anybody to work it out, they'll work it out. But it cannot be guaranteed, it cannot be promised. So your seeking stops, and what happens that you start looking at yourself and seeing your own glory and understanding your own powers. Get yourself cleaned out, and you want to give others that solace that you have got, that realization that you have got. So I always say that I am the greatest capitalist, because if I have all the powers, I am the greatest capitalist, and I am the greatest communist, because I cannot live without distributing. I must distribute. When we talk of capitalism, what do you have? These stones? What do you have? What do you distribute? The stones. And what are you, a communist? What are you distributing? Only stones. So there is nothing to be proud of these worldly possessions. What you are to be proud of or to be conscious of is your spirit. Spirit is the only thing that can kindle another spirit. I have not seen any matter can kindle that joy in anyone. At the most, if you give some matter to somebody, at the most, that is the only advantage of having some material thing, is that you can give away, that you can express your love through some material things. But otherwise the matter has no value of any kind. But spirit has absolute value, because it can kindle light into another's life. And there cannot be anything better than to be given to anyone else. No amount of money, no amount of empires, nothing can give that which is the spirit, because the spirit is the ultimate. After that you don't seek anything. That's what is the Kundalini, is the true desire which wants to become the reality, which wants to become the divinity. To get divinity within you is the highest thing, and that's what, once you get, you don't want anything else. So the seeking starts improving. Around the seeking are the 10 commandments, we can say, or the 10 primordial masters. There are many others, but the primordial master, the 10, who came on this earth one after another to teach us how to balance ourselves. After realization, I have seen people automatically balance. I don't tell them anything about 10 commandments. I don't say don't. I never say. I said you get your realization. Once they get realization, they just start behaving in such a manner that is extremely righteous, extremely balanced, extremely holy. Such a person becomes immediately rid of all the horrible habits they have, all the enslavement of passion and lust and greed, everything drops out just like that. And like a beautiful lotus, they come out of that mire, that darkness into light. And then in the light, they see it so clearly that this is not the thing that I can have. This is not the thing that I can wear. And immediately they give it up. That's how you become a new personality. This religion is born within you. Now we talk of religion, this religion, that religion, that religion. Everybody is talking of different religions and dogmas and this and that, and only fighting everywhere you go. They are fighting among each other. It's still going on. It's endless. They are all fighting morning till evening. Then I have seen also some people who try to unite religions, and there also they have nothing but all the devils put together. All devils joined together to unite. There is nothing of reality in them. So the people are puzzled. What is happening to religion? These organized religions also can be very dangerous. They can put you into such norms that you can really get absolutely brainwashed. And you start believing that what you are doing is correct, without understanding why are you doing it. Most of the things tell you this is a mystery, that is a mystery. Then what are you doing there? If it's a mystery, it is better you give up. But they'll just brand you that this is mystery, that is mystery, you have to accept. But what is the advantage of that kind of a life? Nobody wants to see. As I told you, that Christ has asked for one thing: thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. And let us see which religious organization has granted that to people. It's only your spirit, when it is awakened and reborn, you can have that innocence within you. As it is today, it's getting late, but I have to tell you that the chakras, as he explained, I am just giving you the powers of every chakra. And the power of the chakra of heart is tremendous. It gives you the fearlessness. When the child is about 12 years of age, in this sternum bone, the antibodies are created by this chakra. And they are sent all over the body to fight the disease or any kind of an attack on the personality. Now, these are actually looked after by the deity in that center. And this deity, when gets the message, she informs all the antibodies that you have to fight. And all of them will go at that point, join together to fight the enemy of life, enemy of God. Like now we are having, now I am here, and Americans are to be realized, and we have to do something about America. And knowing that how America is important, I'll tell you where America is in this body. People from Australia, from India, from France, from all over have come down here. All the way they have come just to give realization to Americans. All of them, I never forced anybody, I never asked anybody, they just came forward. Mother, we are going to go with you and we are going to do this great work of realization to people of America who are seekers. They all have come on their own, spending their own money, and they are doing this work with me. So you can imagine what a great attraction it must be. What a great attachment it must be for the seekers of America, that they have come all the way. They are all people on big jobs. Some is a doctor, another is an architect, another is this. All of them sacrificing their money, everything, time, have come down here to be with me for these 2 months to work for America. From all over. We have some people who are actresses in the English drama, or some are directors and things like that. They all have come here. In your Boston, we have at least, I think, 10 people from 10 countries. So you can imagine how is the whole attention, the priority. This is the important thing. They must get realization. They do not get any money out of it. They do not get any reward out of it. Only the satisfaction that so many have got realization. The more the merrier. When they see more people coming, getting realization, you must see their faces. They lit up. This kind of a personality people have not seen. I had one bishop who came to stay with me in my house in London. And when he saw Sahajogis, he said, this is a rare caste and community. I have never seen such a. So I've been telling people to do little things in life. They cannot do it, and look at these people. How beautiful they are. I can't believe how can they be so nice. Because your spirit is beautiful. The spirit is glorious. And when you become that, automatically it starts manifesting its beauty. You don't have to tell yourself, you'll be amazed at yourself how you have become so beautiful and so good and so nice. So this quality of fearlessness comes to you because your antibodies are completely charged with the power of the spirit. And you start understanding what sort of a disease is coming, what sort of an attack is coming, and your body knows how to fight it. You know how to fight it. And when you know that, you are not afraid of any disease whatsoever. Even it is cancer, anything. People know how to fight it themselves and for others. Now the higher chakra is of Vishuddhi chakra. And this chakra is what America is. In the universe, this is the chakra, Vishuddhi chakra is what America represents. Because America has a responsibility. This center has the responsibility. When they raised the head, human beings, then the center developed the responsibility to be human beings. And the responsibility of spirituality lies on the shoulder of Americans. You had great people like Abraham Lincoln, very great people here professing about freedom of your country and big ideal things. But to my dismay, I find, where are those gone? Where are those people who will take the responsibility of spirituality? They are lost with fake gurus, they are lost with cults, they are lost with all kinds of things. And where are they? It's such a sad thing that the responsibility which was on the shoulder of Americans has been not properly tackled at all. But now the time is, though we start slowly, let us take up the responsibility and see for ourselves what we can do for our countrymen, for our people, and on the whole, for the whole world. You can do a lot because that is your speciality, that is your job which has to be done. Now this chakra gives you the power to be the witness. First power you get, that you become the witness of everything. The whole thing becomes like a drama. Like you are in the water and then you suddenly come in a boat and you start seeing the play of all these waves. You are no more afraid. You just start seeing it as a drama. You become a witness. The second thing that happens to you with this, that you become collectively conscious. Your hands, if this chakra is good, start feeling the cool breeze. Start feeling the chakras of yourself and chakras of other people. With your hands, you can cure people. With your hands, you can raise the kundalini. With your hands, you can give realization. These hands become powerful things. Even the movement of these hands has a meaning. Everything has a meaning. Whatever it does, little fingers, they all have a meaning, and because they get enlightened. Muhammad Sahib has said very clearly, at the time of resurrection, your hands will speak. Now, if you talk to any Muslims, they will say, we have never heard of resurrection day. While in the Quran, if you see, most of it is dealt with resurrection day, and the doomsday is very little. But people will talk about the doomsday because they can frighten others with that and have their own cults and own things. But actually the resurrection day is the most important thing, and for which Muhammad Sahib has clearly said the future. He didn't say that I'm the last, now nothing is going to happen. He said at the time of resurrection, your hands will speak. And that's exactly what happens, that you start feeling others on your fingertips. You know through your fingertips what centers are catching in another person or in yourself also, and immediately you start improving it if you know how to do it. And that's what you have to learn, is that divine technique, the true knowledge of how to handle this power of divine love that is flowing through you. So this center is very important, I think, for Americans. It has one side by which people are aggressive. When they talk big, they bump shots, they are ego-oriented, they try to suppress others by their speeches and try to dominate others when they talk. These are the right-sided people. The other side are the left-sided people. When they feel guilty, they think they have done this wrong and that wrong, they should not have done this wrong. Actually, I've seen that in America, most of the people have problems here. Most surprising. They are all the time shaking their neck like this, all the time. In my program also I've seen. They have always a problem here. The thing is that they have a greater responsibility to keep this center the best by keeping the responsibility of spirituality quite the highest priority. They should have the highest priority. But what you find, that all the people are coming from all over the world to help the Americans. A day should come when the Americans should go all over the world to give realization. And I'm sure that day will come one day when you will grow up to that sense of responsibility, when this center will really stand up as a spiritual personality. Now the higher center is of Agya Chakra, which he has told you about, is the center when you get realization, and when the Kundalini rises above that, you become thoughtlessly aware. Now at this time you get the power, first of all, of curing people. If you touch somebody, he's cured. If you say something, that happens. If you go in the house, something good comes in that house. Auspiciousness starts working through you when this center is open. But one should not leave at that center, because if you start moving on to the left or to the right, you'll get into problem. If the center starts moving on to the right, then you start seeing visions, which is a very wrong thing. You go into the realm of supraconscious or into the collective supraconscious, by you can become a very ego-oriented person. You can be a very violent, hot-tempered, quarrelsome person. Actually, Hitler used this. Hitler used this method from the lamas he learnt, and he put people onto the right side of the supraconscious, into collective supraconscious, and put the spirits, dead spirits, who were of the people who were extremely ambitious and cruel. That's how this cruelty came into the Germans, and they forgot what they were. They forgot they were human beings. The way they killed, the way they behaved, is impossible for any human being to do that. But he managed this, and it's written down that he got all this from lamas from Tibet. From there he got the knowledge how to put people onto the collective supraconscious. Now the people who can go to the left side also start curing people. They start, in such a company you might just get stunned. If you face such a person, you might just get stunned, or you might get a kind of a complete attraction for such a person. You might get completely under the domination of such a person. You might surrender completely to such a person, and you will not know what you are doing till that person has completely destroyed you. This type of people have these horrible powers because they enter into the collective subconscious, and when they enter into the collective subconscious, they gather those spirits which they use. But the people who, as it is, move to the left side, who cry, weep, emotional, feel guilty all the time, miserable people, they jump onto the left side. Now all the diseases, practically most of them, like AIDS, like cancer, like mellitus, all these diseases come from the left side entry and is accepted by the doctors, because I have seen a very good film made by the doctors who are researching on cancer, that when the body is vulnerable to these diseases, means when you are over exerting yourself, when there is too much of sympathetic activity in a person, and when a person is absolutely fagged out with it, at that time they say that these diseases are triggered into you, somebody triggers it. And what is this they call is the protein 52 and protein 58 and all these names they give, because doctors don't know that they are dead spirits. And these are the things when they enter into you, then they trigger it. But they say something very right, and that is that these things come from the area built in you since your creation, means your collective subconscious. And that I have been saying for so many years. Now recently I saw this film. So they are coming to the same point, but after such a long time, that it is triggered by them. So those people who go too much to the left get this trouble. Those who go too much to the right get heart trouble, heart attacks. But not the slow attack, because heart has double type of attacks. It can be a slow heart or it can be a fast heart. The people who go on the right side have everything fast. Liver is moving fast, everything moving fast, is such a speedy temperament. Because they are so speedy, in the morning they'll get up, now I have to go to the office, and they'll be taking the breakfast in one hand, putting one foot in the trousers and another hand into the coat, running to the car, and there's a big another jam coming up, and then swearing at everything, and it's a mess throughout. And the whole body gets messed up. And when the whole body gets messed up, then what happens? That your speedometer, which is the spleen, also goes out of order, and you develop a funny type of temperament. If you say them that we have to go now to the airport, you see them absolutely gone. If they are wobbly, the whole machine goes off. You don't know why. If you ask them, I have to go to the airport. So what? Even the name of airport can put people like that. So they become absolutely uneasy people. And this kind of thing when happens, you see, you are in for trouble. You are very much in for trouble. And this is to be balanced and put right through your Kundalini awakening. Now this center, as you know, is the most important center, because this is the gate to the kingdom of God and is governed by our Lord Jesus Christ, who is the embodiment of innocence. Here he does not incarnate, there he incarnates on this earth. Now, his crucifixion was fixed, and he was to be crucified to show that he is eternal life which does not die. He is Chaitanya, he is made of these vibrations. So he could walk on the water also, and he could pass through that tight closeness of these two balloon-like structures, ego and superego, and could settle there to establish that center for us, which is called as the Agya Chakra, which controls your ego and superego both. But most surprising, the people who are, say, Catholics, are the people who use their superego. They get conditioned very much, this should not be done, confessions, weeping, crying, unhappy, we have to be miserable. Why? Christ has been crucified for you. He has suffered for you. Why, if you have accepted Christ, you should be joyous, only to be awakened Christ so that you get your realization. That's all. What is there to cry? If they are, say, Protestants and all that, I took my birth in Protestant religion, and many Hindus and Muslims ask me, Mother, why did you take your birth in Protestant religion? So I said they are very sophisticated fanatics, because they rationalize everything. They rationalize God, they rationalize every dogma, everything. It's such a thinking going on there. So it is very difficult to push them back that God is not thinking. God is beyond thought. God is beyond your mind. Mind is limited. You have to go beyond that. And that's why Christ crossed that limit by his resurrection. So his message is his resurrection, and his resurrection has given us a special quality that once he's awakened within us, both these ego and superego are sucked in by him. That means he died for our sins. So that he sucks our sins, our karmas, everything sucked in, and this opens out. Once this opens out, the Kundalini comes out. And this is what he has done such a great work, that he has died for our sin, and when he is awakened, both these institutions are sucked in, and you become egoless, super-egoless. You become deconditioned automatically. Now, this great incarnation was called as Mahavishnu, and is described in the ancient books about 14,000 years by Markandeya. But people could not relate it to that, because when Christians went from here, they went in a different mood. It was a political stunt. You see, they carried a gun in one hand and a Bible in another hand. Such people could not communicate with other people who had everything with them, and they never read those books. To them, it was all prohibited. Bible is too small a book to contain a character like Christ. He was too great a man, and we should have gone all out to see what he's described in other scriptures, how he's talked about. Let us find out. We should have been open-minded about it. Instead of that, people just laughed and mocked at all these old books, the scriptures, and they thought they are the wisest. This is the worst part, is that the ego thinks they are the highest, they are the best. They can do what they like. And that is how they lived. But thank God now, people are realizing that we have missed the point. We have definitely missed the point. So we have to see what he was before he came on this earth. In the heaven, how he was created, how he was Alpha and Omega, what was his own nature, for what purpose he came, and why he died, why he was resurrected, why this drama was to be carried out. For this, only 3.5 years of Christ cannot explain. And people cannot tell us why all these things happen. We have to keep a very open mind about Christ, and we have to see with our own eyes how it works out. In Kundalini awakening, you'll be surprised when the Kundalini stops here and this chakra is closed. Then you have to say the Lord's Prayer everywhere. Whether you are a Jew, you are a Muslim, you are a Hindu or a Christian, from whatever community you become a yogi, you become a realized soul, you have to say the Lord's Prayer, because the Kundalini won't rise, and that is one of the greatest proof that Christ resides here. If you do not say the Lord's Prayer, it doesn't work out. So Lord's Prayer is a mantra, is a chanting, but is to be said by a person who is a realized soul, who is authorized for you. Otherwise it is called as anadhikar cheshta, means the person who has no right, is trying to do something, is doing a wrong thing. So those who are realized soul, when they say this mantra, then this center is opened up, Christ is awakened, and you are allowed to see, allow your Kundalini to pass through it and enter into the realm of this limbic area where is 1,000 petaled lotus remains. Now this petal then opens up because of the pressure being reduced of the ego and superego, and they are in different beautiful colored flames. The outside starts with just like from Vibgyor, if you take it from Vibgyor in the same way they start, but very slowly moving, and the end ones are like crystal, absolutely like crystal, they're shining. And when the Kundalini comes out of it, you see the whole thing opened out. The whole chakra opens out. This is a very important center which has to be opened out, because here all the 7 centers are there. For example, we have got here at the back, if you start here, from here if you start, is the Muladhara, and then around it is the Swadhisthana, and here is the Nabhi, and then it is the heart. See now, this is the hole which has to open, and this is the heart. Means if there is a dirty heart, if there's a closed heart, if it's a tired heart, if there's a sick heart, then this doesn't open. So in the heart resides the spirit, and that's why this is the seat of the spirit, but it resides in the heart. So when this opens out, this flower-like lotus opens out, then the Kundalini rises in her own glory, and you get your realization as you got it. Now, as I told you, it is the beginning. In the Bible it is said, I will appear before you like tongues of flames. And you can see it, I see it every day, the beautiful tongues of flames. But you can't see it because you are in it. Whatever you see, you are not. So you have to first become. Once you become and you grow into that, then you can also start seeing. But just now you have to become. Supposing you see the light, means you are not the light. If you see anything, you are not that. So the question is of becoming, of actualizing, and growing into it, and knowing about everything that you do. Everything should be knowledgeable and should be understood, should be logical. I hope it works out in this place. I have told you all about chakras. Tomorrow, what to do about after self-realization, I'll tell you. And we'll have another session here in this hall. Luckily, we have got it, and we have decided to have one more program tomorrow. I hope it will be nice tomorrow and it won't rain so much. So call all your friends. I'll tell you what is to be done after realization, what is the situation. So may God bless you. Thank you.
आइए अब हम सब खड़े होंगे क्षमा की मंगल आरती के लिए. लेट अस राइज फॉर द आरती.
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना. जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी. दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ सबको दुआ देना. जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी. दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना. जग में संकट का कितने लिए अवतार, माँ कितने लिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। ओ गंगा यमुना माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जो शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको, माँ सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ, बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ। लौट के ना जाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियारा, माँ कर दिया उजियारा। कलयुग में माया है, कलयुग में माया है। फिर भी पहचाना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर दुख से दूर करना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तो मधुर संगीत सुन लो माँ, मधुर संगीत सुन लो। हो सके जो सेवा, हो सके जो सेवा हमसे करा लेना माँ, सबको दुआ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना। माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलके साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कलके साक्षात् श्री स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माता जी, श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
आइए हम सब माँ का हृदय से धन्यवाद करते हैं आज के सुंदर ध्यान के लिए। लेट अस थैंक श्री माता जी फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ आवर हार्ट फॉर टुडेज ब्लिसफुल मेडिटेशन। थैंक यू एंड जय श्री माता जी।